Hello, I am GinJoe, and this is my show. Tonight we're going to go back to the Cabinet of Curiosities in Scotland to open, taste, and review Hendricks' latest edition, Flora Adora. Sit back, grab a snack, subscribe, and get ready to be entertained by the greatest reviewer of gin, the
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hendricks Gin was created by a spirits marketer, Ms Gracie. The gin itself was conceived and created by the genius mind of Ms Lesley Gracie. She was tasked to create a new super premium gin. In addition to the traditional juniper infusion, Ms Gracie used Bulgarian, rose, and cucumber. In 1999, Hendricks Gin was available to the masses. Soon after, in 2003, the Wall Street Journal wrote, "Hendricks, the best gin in the world." The San Francisco World Spirits Competition awarded Hendricks 2 double gold, 2 gold, and 3 silver medals between 2005 and 2012. The BTI gave the gin well above average scores of 93, 94, and 95 between 2007 and 2011. The original Hendricks Gin, deliciously infused with rose and cucumber, juniper, of course, the caraway, coriander, elderflower, chamomile, orange, lemon peel, yarrow, angelica, cupid pepper, and orris root. That original botanical list is important because all the iterations use the original 13 botanicals. Hendricks' first new product would be introduced 18 years after their flagship. Orbium debuted in 2019, branded a reimagining of Hendricks, adding Blue Lotus, Cinchona, and Wormwood. 2 years later, in 2019, Midsummer Solstice was infused with an array of natural floral essences in a celebration of the Midsummer Solstice. The first Hendricks Gin to be labeled from the Cabinet of Curiosities, released in deep purple glass, apothecary-style bottle. Also in 2019, the first non-gin Hendricks had made is their Absinthe. Bottled at 48%, Hendricks Absinthe is very earthy, woody. Aromas are joined by citrus spice and summer flowers on the nose. Personally, I never even knew they had an absinthe. In 2020, Amazonia was released. This is the one gin from Hendricks that I never got a chance to try or review because it is not sold in the United States anywhere. The only place you can obtain this gin is and if you're lucky, to pick it up in a duty-free shop. Infused with tropical flavors inspired by the quest to the Amazon in 2021. Lunar was conceived under the influence of moonlight, delicate balance of warm baking spices, and finished with a crisp burst of citrus. 2022 brought Neptunia, inspired by the poetic melody of waves along the rugged Scottish coastline. The original 13 are there, plus sea kelp, coastal thyme, and lime. Hendricks Flora Adora, very enticing flowers beloved by our nectar-loving friends of the garden. Rose, cucumber, hibiscus, lavender, hints of tart raspberry. From their website, perfect for casual get-togethers. Hendricks Flora Adora is buzzing with an enticing aroma of enchanting flowers and a fresh herbal character that is classically Hendricks in style. The juniper and coriander backbone is linked by the lush green and wonderfully sweet floral characteristics, creating a wonderful balanced gin. Exquisite with tonic and a slice of cucumber, or perhaps try mixed in a wild garden cup. A melody of fresh mint, cooling cucumber, and juicy raspberries, lengthened with a refreshing lemon soda. Flora Adora Gin comes right in at 43.4 ALC. Now, as we all can see, it's the same apothecary style bottle that all the other ones have beautifully used. Now, there's a couple things about this, all right? Let's go number one in the list of Joe's head. First, Midsummer Solstice was very, very floral gin to begin with. And I know the floral trend has been going around. Maybe this year is going to be the apex of that. I mean, I've done so many floral gins out there, Midsummer Solstice as being one. Also, I would think Nolitz is close with that as well. We had Flower City and done not too long ago, and Only Gin. Very, very floral. So I am wondering, is this going to work like those gins worked, or is it going to be completely different and new in every single way? Well, let's open this little guy up, shall we? Now, I've reviewed every Hendricks gin with links right here, all there on the screen. And I know that this is going to be a real cork. I already opened it a little bit, but not enough. You ready? Standard. Real cork, baby. I love the real cork. All right. Let's just get a little of this into this, right? Don't fall on me. Let's see. I know wheat is their base, and I can see that with the beads on the top. Short, little, tiny beads, almost put together, almost connecting, but just by a little bit they're not. That is indicative of wheat. Let's smell it, see what happens, huh? Okay, so right away, it is not like the Midsummer Solstice, because I can smell the juniper just permeating through every other beautiful floral notes that are in the botanical list. There's even this little spice at the end. Now, does this smell anything like Hendricks' gin? No, it doesn't. The rose is definitely higher up there in the botanical bill. I would say close neck and neck with the juniper. And yeah, the original does have rose in it, but it's not as pronounced as this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. It didn't spill. So, juniper right away, like I said, floral notes are definitely there. They're here, there, and everywhere, but they're not too intense. They're actually nice. That little peppery bite on the smell is right there at the end too, which I love. Let's see what old tried and true thinks, and salute, man. It's definitely different. I'm gonna give it that right away. Okay, so the juniper is there, which, you know, yes. But again, the floral notes, the rose is very, very pronounced. Like, almost to like Nolitz. Raspberry, yeah, I can see raspberry in the background of that. That pepper spice, though, is shining. It's really beautiful on the end. I think pepper spice is actually saving this gin from becoming just too floral. You know, it's kind of in the middle of lunar and midsummer solstice. It is definitely its own thing. The ALC is beautiful. I mean, it's not too weak, but then again, it's nice on that wheat-legged backing. Welcome to GinJoe's Cocktail Corner. We're going to make ourselves first a GNT.
Ice this. Hey, that worked out good. Oh, a GNT from the GinJoe, doing Hendricks gin reviews every time he gets a new bottle. We're going to put about 2.5 ounces in the cup. Wow, what a little too high there. If you love gin as much as Joe, then please subscribe to make his channel grow. You and me, favorite treat. Alright, let's open this. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of lemon. And some lime. Oh, baby, that's good. Now, of course, three brothers, here we are.
Well, here we are. This is the latest Hendricks Flora Adora Gin and Tonic, done the GinJoe way. Let's see what we think. Salute. Very nice. The fever tree is definitely mixing very nicely with all those very beautiful citrus botanicals. That pepperiness it's lending to itself on the G&T, on the success of how good this is. Hendricks hasn't made a product that I don't like yet, alright? There's a few out there that I didn't think were that impressive, as say Orbium, my absolute favorite, but this is a contender with the other in the cabinet of curiosity for sure. It's very nice. The price wasn't too bad. I paid $35 change at Total Wine. Well, let's try ourselves a standard GinJoe martini just to see what the playing field is.
Sipping on gin feels great. Come on in. Subscribe, you bastards.
Flora Adora martini. Let's see what happens, huh? Salute. It's not bad. It is not. This is not a bad martini. In fact, I think it's even better than the G&T. But maybe about the same. Let's say that. The peppery note that I've been smelling and tasting throughout this whole experience is lending so well to the Dolan, the olives, the bitters. It is definitely making a very palatable, very nice martini. It's definitely, it's not a bad martini. It's not a standard martini in the GinJoe way, because the floral notes are definitely shining, but they're bringing a lot to the drying and to the overall iced martini effect. It's been a while since I drank a martini over a gin and tonic, so that lends to everything I think I just said. From me to you to me, to everyone else here in the middle of the states from sea to shining sea, thank you so much. Coming on back here to GinJoe's show and enjoying another cocktail or two, the way we like to do on the show. So I want to say out there, I am out now over 500 subscribers. I'm so happy. It's happening, it's getting better, it's getting bigger, so let's just keep doing what we're doing, guys, because you're helping me out more than you know. I appreciate everything. Throw me some comments, tell me what you like about the new format. Do you like the history section? Because I know I do. I love learning a little bit more about the gin I'm about to enjoy. This, on the other hand, is sweet. It's delicious. It really is. It's a gin you're going to want to, especially if you are a gin nut like I am, you're going to want to buy this, try it for yourself, and then let me know what you think, alright? So, until the next review, the next gin I decide to do, thank you again to all my subscribers and to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for hitting the button. It means a lot to me. I try to keep building it up and up and up because it could only go up from here, right? Alright. I'll see you guys on the next one, and you bastard.
Hiya, Joe. Ha.
What are you doing here?
Where you go, I go.
Oh my god!
What you doing?
Would you please stop doing that to me?
Don't give me orders.
Okay, it's freezing in here.
I am you.
Can we please just get this over with now?
Delusions don't feel cold.
Why?
Kidding. I don't care at all. Ha ha.
I'm out of here.
We need more Orbium at home.
Okay, fine. Go ahead. What? What do you need to tell me now?
People will subscribe to our show. That's
Yeah.
all now. Tell them to subscribe.
Okay, can I go now?
Wherever you go,
Thanks.
I will follow. Bastard.
Great review, Joe. Now let's really get into the history of Hendricks Gin. 13.8 billion years ago, the universe is born, in a massive bang. It will remain gin-less for some time. 4.5 billion years ago, Earth is formed, providing a vital step in the development of Hendricks Gin. Now, 4 billion years ago, the first life forms moan in pain. Gin hasn't been invented yet. 3,000 years ago in India is the earliest we can trace the cucumber back in history. The 11th century, in the beautiful rolling hills of Salerno, in Benedictine monks experimented with a drink distilled with juniper. Little did they know they had begun a story that would change the course of history. Over hundreds of years, this incredible juniper spirit would find its way to Scotland and to a man named GinJoe. In the 13th century, the earliest known written reference to what was then known as Geneva appears in the encyclopedic work Der Naturenbloem by the Flemish poet Jacob van Maerlant. In the 16th century, the earliest printed recipe for Geneva appears in the work In Konstelijk Distilleerboek. 1860, the Bennett still that is used today is born. Coppersmiths in London made the Bennett still. Very few Bennett stills were ever produced. The handful that were gained a reputation for yielding a spirit that is particularly robust and flavorful. In 1886 the family business commences. Mr. William Grant, with his 7 sons and 2 daughters, builds the family distillery in Scotland. In 1948 our Carterhead still is begotten. John Doerr and co-design and manufacture Hendricks Carterhead still. With a vapor-driven flavor basket atop a quite long neck, the Carterhead engenders a remarkably subtle, fresh and delicate spirit. Despite its fabulousness, the Carterhead still has become quite rare. Only a few are known to exist today. In 1966, Mr. Charles Gordon, great-grandson of Mr. William Grant, purchases at auction In 1966, Mr. Charles Gordon, great-grandson of Mr. William Grant, purchases at auction 2 unusual stills, one, a phenomenally rare Carterhead, the other a dusty Bennett still. It will be a full 33 years until they were used. In 1980 a man named Joe is born into the world. He would grow, and eventually learn everything there is about gin, and how to structure a review channel on YouTube. In 1988 the pursuit is launched. Mr. Charles Gordon enlists Ms. Lesley Gracie in his eccentric quest to invent an elixir with these 2 entirely different and very antique stills. Although many interesting distillates are generated, none were deemed exquisite enough. They soldier on with their efforts. Then in 1999, Mr. Gordon and Ms. Gracie achieve a peculiar sort of deliciousness by firing up both the Carterhead and Bennett stills with an odd symphony of botanicals with curious infusions of cucumber and rose. Against all odds, Hendricks Gin is concocted. In 2013, our Master Distiller Ms. Gracie and Mr. David Piper stay with a nomadic tribe in the Amazon rainforest, searching for new botanicals. In 2017, a reimagining of Hendricks GIN is launched. Instilled with additional extracts of quinine, wormwood and blue lotus blossom, the result is an oddly exquisite gin. Almost certainly not for everyone. Orbium contains the same distillates as Hendricks GIN. However, the same remarkable mind that broke conventions by infusing gin with essences of cucumber and rose has now taken gin in an altogether new direction by infusing flavors traditionally associated with classic gin libations. Quinine found in tonica gin and tonic, and wormwood found in vermouth martini cocktail. In 2018, Hendricks' Gin Palace opens in Girvan. This spectacular building becomes the center of spirit experimentation, botanical whimsy and poetry for Hendricks Gin. In 2019, the Cabinet of Curiosities is founded. This is a special place where experiments and Hendricks Gin creates new varietals. In 2020, the Cabinet of Curiosities revealed 3 new marvelous additions to the Hendricks universe. Hendricks Amazonia Gin is launched. The new gin accentuates the existing signature cucumber and rose elements of Hendricks Gin, but also reveals bright, tropical flavor characteristics inspired by the native Amazon flora. In 2019, a man named Joe starts a YouTube channel. Its name was Gin Reviews from Middle Tennessee. The channel's name would change to Gin Reviews from South Florida, then eventually to GinJoe's Show. 2069, Hendricks Gin releases first time traveling gin for the second time. 2071, Hendricks Gin releases first time traveling gin again, this time for the first time. 2098, first Hendricks and tonic is enjoyed in another dimension. Yours in Gin, Love and the Usual Unusual. Hendricks Gin